You don't want me to do this camera, right?
Scott, you're gonna sit there and make sure the camera doesn't stop.
Hello?
I know nothing about this.
Hello? Can I get everyone's attention? We're going to get ready to start this presentation. 1, 2, 3. Hey, it actually worked. Hey, yeah, my name is Ron Dobashowski. I'm with Keller Williams Real Estate, and I want to introduce Tom Cafarella, one of the principal owners of Ocean City. And so Tom's going to do a nice presentation for you guys, and I'll let Tom take it away.
Thank you. Thank you, Ron. So, first of all, I just wanted to thank everyone for coming here tonight. We know everyone has pretty busy schedules, so I definitely appreciate the fact that you guys have come out. I want to start out by first introducing my team to you guys. I see a lot of new faces, so want to make sure that everyone who's here knows who we are and what we do. My name is Tom Cafarella. I am head of acquisitions at Ocean City Development. I go out, I get the properties under contract, and then the next step of our business, I hand it over to my partner Bill there, who's in the back. Bill does all the stuff that I hate doing, which is all the paperwork stuff, everything in the office. Once that property is then closed, we hand it over to his dad, who's right there, Scott Mandel. And Scott goes into these properties. He takes a look at them. They usually need, $50,000 to $100,000 in rehab. He designs everything, and then he manages the rehab from start to finish. And then the last part is the part where I enjoy the most, which is actually selling them and getting paid. It's always good, right? His wife handles all of that for us, and she's here as well, Sabrina, and she's the one who hosts these events and does a lot of the open houses for us. So that's our team. We're located in Saugus. This property here is a really good example of what we typically do. A starter home, 3 or 4 bedrooms, 2 or 3 baths. This is, very typical. So when I started doing a little bit of research for the presentation, I thought about the type of things that people were asking me at these events, which I got of a lot of people who want to get started in real estate investing, but may not have had any experience in the past. And I did a little bit of research and found out that 93% of people who are full-time real estate investors like myself got started doing it part-time. And why I found that so interesting was that it essentially tells you that almost everybody gets started doing this by a very small first deal. A lot of books you read out there will tell you, how to do 50 properties in your first year. I can tell you that usually doesn't happen. So what my example of what I did in order to get up to what we're doing now, which is about 30 renovations a year, will kind of illustrate what a lot of people end up doing when they first get started. Flashback to 2003, 10 years ago. I was in college. I had absolutely no idea of what I wanted to do. I, was looking around for a major. I just really had no idea. And I talked to my partner now, Bill, and he recommended that I get into accounting. He said it was a great, stable job and, good money and a good career and everything like that. And so that's what I did. And I was super pumped up about getting into the corporate world. I thought I would just climb the corporate ladder. I thought that, I would go from step 1 to step 2. And I was super pumped up to start my career. I even have the picture here. That's my first day of work right there. I was pumped up, ready to go. I had my calculator ready. I had my pocket protector ready. And, I was certain I was going to be there for the next 40 years, sitting behind a desk. Unfortunately, all first days of work come to an end. And that's me on my second day. So, as you can see, there's a pretty big gap between day 1 and day 2. And that's because I realized that I got into a career that I absolutely hated. And I didn't even really know why, and I didn't know how I was going to get out of it, but I knew I hated it, for sure. I hated the corporate life. I hated the 9 to 5. I hated the schedule. I hated the travel. I was going to Springfield 25% of the year. If anyone here is from Springfield, it's a lovely town, but I don't want to spend all my time there, I'll tell you that. I hated the traffic, I felt trapped behind the desk. I knew I wanted out. And I spent the first 2 or 3 years going through that and hating getting up and going to work every day, but not knowing what to do about it. So I started doing some research. I said, hey, there's got to be, a better career for myself or a better path. And I started reading books like this one here. And this book here, The Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki book, I think probably a lot of people are familiar with it. I thought it was a great book. It made me realize that I was doing the wrong thing, that I wanted to be out of my career totally. And I was 100% ready to become an entrepreneur, a real estate investor, but I had no idea what the first step was. I had no clue. And I was still at my job, and I still hated it.
I'm an accountant.
I really?
Yeah.
It's the worst career in the world. It really is. Anyway, I mean, a lot of people love their job, but I just hated it. And I knew I wanted to get involved in real estate investing. So over the course of the next 5 years, I realized that 93% number meant a lot to me, because I had a safe, secure, steady job, and I was making a good living, and I was getting promoted, and I was doing well. But I knew that I needed to take the first step, and that's when I did my first real estate transaction. And after I did my first real estate transaction, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. But the problem with real estate, whether you're in a fix and flip model or a buy and hold model, is it's very, very difficult to earn a really good living on day one. It's really tough, because if you do a fix and flip, you're lucky if you can make your first dollar in 6 months. Because you have to buy the property, renovate it, and then sell it. And we do that in a 6-month period, and we're experienced. Now, if you can do that, that's great. But you can't count on it. It's not guaranteed income. And that's why a lot of people don't get involved in real estate investing, even though they love it. So the buy and hold model is the same way. In the Boston area, if you can make $200, $300, $400 on a property, you're happy. But unfortunately, that's not going to pay the bills. So I did one small deal, made some money, and I kept rolling it into the next property, rolling it into the next property. Flash forward 5 years, we're on pace this year to hit 30 renovations this year, and we're going to be adding about 15 rental units. So when I first started looking at how to get involved in real estate investing, I do some, Google internet searches, and I look for as much information as I can. Being, a CPA, I'm an analytical type person, and I like doing research. So I'd find guys like this that would pop up that said that they could help me. Guru types that say that they did, 100 properties a year. And there's nothing wrong with guys like this one in particular, but the issue is that you don't really know how many deals they've actually done. And they could be in another state, and that market might not be like the Boston market. Every market's different, and we're looking to get into new markets now, and just getting into a market like the Worcester or Springfield market for us is a big jump, because it's not like the Boston market at all. So there's all these, coaching, real estate guru type programs that people offer, and they tell you that they can help you make $1 million. So we kind of looked at that model and said, we don't really like how that works, because we don't want to take an upfront amount from somebody. We don't want to take $5,000 or $10,000 and work with them on a week-to-week basis. It doesn't fit our business model, but at the same time, we want to grow. And we need to be able to leverage other people's resources and time in order to be able to do that. So what we started kind of beta testing 2 or 3 months ago was real estate partnerships. And working with people that wanted to get involved in real estate investing, but may not have the experience that we have and that we can bring to the table. So we do 2 types of programs right now that we've already tested out and been successful with. One is a totally passive program. So if you have capital, you love your job, you want to stay there forever, you know it's a great time to get involved in real estate investing, but you don't want to get your hands dirty. You don't want to be running out trying to find deals. You don't want to be at the auctions. You don't want to be in the house renovating the property. We have a totally passive program. The second one is a more active one, where you're in it just like we are. You sit down with us, you kind of go over what your goals are. Are you looking to get out of your job now? Are you looking to just add some additional income on the side? Are you looking to do a flip? Are you looking to hold properties? And we work out a plan with you to do that. And we just completed our first fix and flip partnership with a couple of guys, local guys from Peabody that, same boat. They, had not done a real estate deal, and we walked them through from start to finish. And we just made an agreement with them that was fair for everybody. And we were able to leverage their time and a little bit of their capital. We were able to do a deal that we weren't able to do had we not been with them. And they were able to actually get a deal done because we helped them through the process. So for the people that, love their job out there and know that real estate, it's a great time to be in real estate and they do want to get started, we work with people like that. And like I said, we also work with people that hate their job like myself, want to get started in real estate investing, and don't know the first thing. So we kind of take a 4-step approach, and that's what we tested in the beta model, which is that the first thing we do is we have those contact sheets right over there on the table, and we have people that are interested. We fill them out with basic contact information. The first step is that we give you a call. It's a 20-minute phone conversation just to see if we can help you. We've taken calls from people who say they want to make $700,000 in the first month of real estate investing. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm probably not going to give you the first 20 minutes. Probably give you 5 and then hang up on you. No hard feelings, but it has to be reasonable. If someone has reasonable goals and we can help them, and we can make money in the process, that's awesome. So the first is a 20-minute phone conversation. The second is a one-on-one actual plan on how to get there. So if somebody tells me they want passive income, that's obviously different than if they want income so that they can leave their job. So we look at everyone's specific situation and try to figure out a plan that works for you. So that's kind of, I don't want to go into too much detail here because there's a lot of people and everyone has a different situation. My, 4 team members, we're going to be here for the next couple hours, and if you are interested in learning more about this, the contact forms are right there, and we can certainly talk either later this week or at the beginning of next week. I'll just leave it with this quote here that I liked a lot. A dream becomes a goal when action is taken towards its achievement. And when I first started, my goal was to get into real estate investing, but it took me 5 years to do my first deal. To me, that's not really acceptable. On day one, I should have tried something, but I waited 5 years. And had I done my first deal when I wanted to do it, I'd be much further ahead of, where I was now. And I'm lucky that I actually did do that first deal, because now, we're actually where we want to be. And, that's it. So thank you everybody for coming. We'll be around for the next couple hours. I appreciate you guys taking the time out. I know you have busy schedules, and Marblehead is not the easiest destination in the world. I know that. It was a good house to have it in, so that's why we did it. But our next event will probably be in Melrose in about a month. But we'll keep everyone updated on that and, let you know. So thank you again, everyone.